Have you ever encountered a dark empath, sociopath, psychopath, or narcissist? The ultimate superhero combat to decide who is the most dangerous may take place in this video. These personality disorders have sinister tendencies or features that, to varied degrees, endanger those around them. Different personalities exhibit aggression to varying degrees. Some people are better at blending in than others, but their propensity for manipulation is what unites them all. They all influence people to obtain what they want, but everyone has a different strategy and motivation for doing so. Before discussing whether dark personality type can be the most detrimental to your mental health, let's briefly examine each. First up, sociopaths. The sociopath is someone who exhibits antisocial personality disorder, which, by the way, is more than just preferring pizza to humans, as well as a weak conscience and a lack of empathy. They are aware of their errors, but instead of making amends, they look for excuses. Sociopathy is characterized by, among other things, a blatant disregard for other people's feelings, problems with bonding, and erratic, irrational behavior. Their lack of compassion and feeble moral fiber make lying and ignoring others in order to satisfy their own demands easy. When faced with the repercussions of their conduct, they respond poorly by acting ungraciously and carelessly. Chronic sociopathy can be acquired through difficult familial dynamics, such as sexual abuse or unstable parents. Let's examine our next potential candidate, psychopaths. The psychopath is another member of the antisocial personality disorder spectrum who has no capacity for empathy. Any rationale they give for their acts in public is purely for show. There are some characteristics that distinguish psychopathy from its sibling sociopathy. The psychopath is a silent, black, frozen void, whereas the sociopath is an unpredictable volcano. The psychopath will make you believe they care when they don't, whereas the sociopath will demonstrate that they don't. A sociopath is simple to identify. A psychopath deliberately tries to seem as normal as possible while hiding from view. The experts advise looking for outward signs of a sociopath when making a diagnosis. It is considerably more important to understand what is going on internally and why when diagnosing a psychopath. Instead of being influenced by upbringing, psychopathic traits like recklessness and aggression are brought on by chemical imbalances in the brain. Their non-automatic emotional reaction to others is one of their weapons. If it helps them, they can decide to comprehend how someone else feels. They may not always be violent, like sociopaths, but they lack the normal checks and balances that empathy and conscience provide to keep them from acting violently. The third narcissists. The diva with the most ego is the narcissist. They think that they are the center of the universe. But you're such a narcissist, snarking. It doesn't necessarily signify that someone has a disorder when they act a little douchey. Confidence, boundaries, and basic affection are now self-superiority, self-entitlement, and the expectation of admiration and service to a true narcissist. They believe they are entitled to more because they are more. Everyone else is a toy, tool, or toaster that the narcissist uses until they are no longer useful. They are then thrown away. Narcissism, according to one clinically proven case, is self-defense in the pursuit of 4 main objectives: fuel, power, personality attributes, and lingering benefits. Whatever feeling they can elicit from you serves as the fuel. Vampires of emotions. Narcissists enjoy every last drop. They like having power over your emotions. They co-opt characteristics of another person and present them as their own by stealing them. Contacts, money, and sex are all byproducts of their supply. This exploitative behavior is a result of trauma from childhood. It might have developed as a result of being surrounded by protection and elevated, or as a result of being in an unstable environment. Dark empaths are the startling 4th category. This designation from a 2021 study designates this competitor as a relative newbie. This study found that while these individuals tend to score well on empathy, they also tend to score highly on the dark triad qualities of narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy. One may compare the dark empath as a mirror image of oneself. They possess all the qualities that the other personalities lack, particularly empathy. Indeed, empathy. However, the dark empath simply has cognitive empathy. Empathy means I feel your pain. Because of their cognitive empathy, dark empaths are completely aware of the suffering they create. They simply don't sense it, even if they have previously suffered physical harm. They have a natural empathy for how people think and feel. The zero empathy attack is used by psychopaths. They take advantage of people without feeling guilty because they lack empathy or conscious limitations. By appearing to be normal on the outside, they let your defenses down. That is hazardous. The dark empath, then, what? Being able to intuit, rather than analyze, what other people are feeling, the dark empath personality type may be the most hazardous. Because of this, they can manipulate objects more precisely. Dark empaths do exist. However, the only personality type that poses the most threat is the conscienceless psychopath. The dark empath, on the other hand, is the winner if you think of it as a separate entity. They can tune in and focus attack through empathy, so beware of their schemes. Which do you think is the most detrimental, and why? Let us know in the comments section below. Additionally, always keep in mind that though these personas are psychological phenomena that may or may not be deliberate decisions. If you are the target, you are never obligated to put up with abuse.